That's honey.
What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Tuna Status Podcast. Shout out to Lowrider Depot for sponsoring this episode. Today we have a very, very, very special guest. We got a guy who I've been harassing his daughter, his son, him, everybody. But he's finally up here, ready to chill with us, ready to tell his story and share all the humble beginnings and the road that he traveled through this whole thing called the car scene. So let's, proper introductions. If you want to share your name.
Papo, BLR.
All right. So he's up here with us and he's chilling with us. So let's start from the beginning. How did you get into this thing called cars?
Okay, young age, with my 78 Toyota Corolla, my first car, and hooked it up a little bit and tried to get it into a club.
Yeah.
I got denied. And I started hanging out with my friends and family and cruise. That was the vibe back then. And I decided to make a club. And Barcelona Riders, that's when it was born, 1990.
So in the 90s, where was the spots to chill, like with the cars? Because, for us in my generation, it was South Bay, Dave and Buster's, and all stuff like that.
Well,
where was the chill spots where everybody was,
believe it or not, it was everywhere. Everybody was outside.
Yeah.
So we started at one point, drive through JP. JP was live.
Yeah.
Everybody outside, music, South End, and just those spots was like, that's all you needed.
So during the summer, was it like mainly like, because for us it was one night that we kind of like all met up. Was it every night in the summer for you guys? Because it was more lenient?
Well,
the police
more
strict?
Saturday was more the day to do it.
Yeah.
Because everybody was really out. I mean, any day of the week, summer, people were out.
Yeah.
But Saturday, that's the day, we get together, clean the cars, head out, and just cruise. And everybody was out. Everybody was enjoying the cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was.
So you was outside all night?
Yeah.
2 a.m.?
No, not that. Well, my guys used to keep on rolling. I said, I gotta go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a sweet line that I have to go back home. You know what I mean? With the kids and the wife. But we were cruising. That was part of it. And once I decided to make the club and started changing meetings and being more organized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And started heading out to shows. Connecticut was the hot spot.
It was?
Connecticut was the hot.
What were some of the shows in Connecticut that they had back then?
I mean, it was shows that you had everything on there. And believe it or not, Lawrence was a hot spot too. Yeah. Lawrence and Lowell, the shows was like.
Was crazy like that?
Yeah. They used to have a show outside a nightclub. So the trophies were given inside the nightclub. Outside the and that club is no longer around, but that was the spot. And people used to come from all over to come to that show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and but back then Lawrence didn't like Boston, real bad,
Damn, so there was actually some like real competition, some real heat.
Yeah, but it was nice. And Lowell, same thing. Lowell used to do shows, and it was just the same way. Yeah, I mean, it was real nice. But Connecticut was the spot. Connecticut, you had to go to Connecticut, and back then, remember, no GPS.
I know.
So I used to drive a week before to find where the show was at. So when I lead the guys, I was going straight.
Yo, these kids don't know about that. For me back then, it was as soon as MapQuest came out, bro, what? You sitting there reading? That was the GPS back. You had to print out the directions, but all right, 93, bang a right, boom,
I had to write everything on paper.
Yeah.
Learn everything. I used to make that as a, get in the car, the wife and the kids, let's go out and, go to Connecticut, find the spots.
Yeah.
And come back and get the guys ready and go to the show. But everything has, like always, 1990 controversy by me making a club that was all makes and models. Back then, you either had Toyota club, Honda club, Hyundai clubs, Buick club. Everything was just the same brand. But here comes Papo with something different.
A little bit of mix, breaking all the rules.
And then everybody, but a president told me, you're never going to make it. Never.
But here we are.
35 years later, next year, I'm celebrating my 35.
That's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
mean? But it's a long road, you know what I mean? Without stopping, without missing a summer for 35 years, throughout everything. 2 cars. I came down to 2 cars only, and I still was hitting shows. My stroke, my heart condition, I made it the following season, no matter what.
I respect it, bro. I respect it.
It was hard, but I did it. You know what I mean? And people don't understand what I do, and they understand it, but they don't agree with it. See, back then you had to be organized, and they see me with uniforms, and I love that. I love being in uniform, being organized. You know what I mean? Back then, you had to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If not, you would have been.
It's part of the process.
Part of the process, and and you had to do that, and councils, everything that came along with it. You know what I mean? I had my council giving out tickets during the week. If your car was dirty, you was getting a ticket from us. You had to pay in your next meeting.
What?
If you was riding with that sticker on the street, and your car was dirty, you was getting a ticket. I mean, I don't do that now.
Yeah, but it would be hilarious if he brought it back though. For the OGs.
The thing is, if I become the president of the 90s, I would lose everybody. Nobody could hold that.
For real.
That group that I had in the 90s, it was like an army.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. These guys, it was
on point.
We used to practice how to go to shows.
We
used to meet in a point and get in the cars and drive to another spot to learn how to park.
Yeah.
Learn how to park.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, when you move official like that, people respect the presence and they know when you pull up. They know when you guys pull up.
Well, before they used to look. That was part of the show. They used to have one person looking how organized the clubs came in and write it down. How organized were you?
Really?
So that's what we had to practice.
None of this old meeting down the street.
No. We used to meet up right over there, but the way that you came in, the way you parked, how you got out from the car, that mattered. So we had to practice all that to make a show in the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the uniforms, now I'm real mellow with the uniform, but we had to have the same way to tie the shoes, the socks, the belts, the whole thing. We even have the same underwears.
Bro, what?
That matter because
you
used to go against people that had the girlfriends, the hairdos were the same way, the earrings.
So y'all had to stand out amongst everybody who was top tier.
Top tier. So and then I started learning, and I pushed my guys, and even now, I mean, people see me with her uniforms, and they see that weird.
Yeah, and it's a different era because you don't need that to survive now. You don't need that to move around and stand out right now. People are more so letting the car speak for
Exactly.
itself.
But before, Best Car Club, it wasn't just the car. It was the club.
Yeah.
So, they wanted to see how organized, how to carry a guy, my secretary. I don't have secretaries now, but I had a secretary with his briefcase showing the club applications, the attendance sheets, our business cards. We had to show all that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because that's how they base Best Club, not just the cars.
Exactly.
I mean? They even out everything. If there was a club with a lot of nice cars and the club that was real organized, but real mellow. You know, that's how it was.
Yeah. So, beyond the cars, we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Your first child is born. You're a dad. You're like, oh shoot, like most dads. Now I gotta find the balance. How'd you find the balance with?
Well, in this case, it was kind of weird because I had Anthony before I made the club. Mm-hmm. That was a year before.
Okay.
I had Anthony. So once I brought out to my wife, I'm gonna make a club. She was supportive, and I knew that I wanted Anthony to learn this.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I had him.
So he literally grew up in it.
A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
When Anthony says, "I grew up in it,"
he literally grew up in it.
He rode in cars without no springs.
Shit.
That's how I used to roll, no springs at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He grew up in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So was he driving before the license or after he got the license?
He was driving with the license. You know, he was still, you know, we were still, okay, he got a car before the license. Started hooking it up, but, you know, and then, you know, he started driving when he got the license. We didn't want to push it that way.
So his first car, what was his first car?
Nissan Sentra.
And then this vet.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was factory. We got him. We started hooking it up. He was excited. You know,
Yeah.
And
what was that like bonding with your son, building with your son, like seeing him wanting to put in his own ideas and stuff like that?
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still is.
Is this stuff that you're learning from him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has great ideas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much of yourself do you see in him?
Everything.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So now, Javin.
That's the surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't thought that she was going to be the one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I thought it was my youngest one,
Yeah.
but it was Jamie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
She surprised me. She surprised me a lot. I didn't know that she was going to be the one.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Seeing it, like, because now I have my son, and he, when the first Tuna Status came out, event, he was 3 years old, and he just loved the cars. Loved seeing everything in the parking lot, seeing the environment, seeing everybody come together, and watching him and seeing his face and his reaction. And he's got people that, even though they're not blood, they're still family.
Yep.
They're still his uncles, and they will do anything for this kid. And this car culture, if you allow it, it really becomes family.
Yep.
Once you take it in, like, it really becomes family, and you really develop long-lasting friendships with some really great people. And you lose some people along the way.
Yeah.
But you know that isn't it. That's what happens with life.
That's part of this. And you know, before Anthony, before Yamin, you know, I had members, and like I said, I went down to 2 members. But now, I could say, if I lose my members, I got the cars in the family.
Yeah.
I could still go to a show. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what I'm waiting for too. I can't wait for my son to get his license and us go out and just park and chill. Just take it in, see everything, and just catch up with friends.
You know, the other day I was talking to my grandson. He's 7 years away to be driving. So
he's growing fast, bro. I remember when he was like this big, and now he's like.
So he's, you know, he has great ideas. He's just like Anthony. Right now, the way he talks, the way he wants to do, you know, even with his bike, you know what I mean? He's crazy. You know, that's another one. He was born into it. You know what I mean? He just been around doing this. You know what I mean?
So throughout the years, you've seen a lot of phases in the car scene, and like they say, everything travels in circles. And sometimes things are just phases, they come and go. what's some of the phases that you really actually liked about the Boston car community that you've seen over the years?
The faces,
Yeah.
like the people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a hard question. Yeah. It's sad to say, but this car community in Boston, because you go out, we go outside Boston and the atmosphere, everything is different.
It is.
You
Everybody
the
says
people,
that.
the people are different. Now Boston, and I hate to say it, but there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of I don't know. I cannot even explain it.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of car clubs throughout my years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do good things. They do, but where they're messed up is the hate. I mean, instead of, let's work together.
It's okay to be competitive, but when you start really getting kind of toxic with
they get, teach my guys, they might. The thing is, they mistake trophy chasing to my passion. You know what I mean? Because they think, the trophy chasers, they come in here, it's not that. I get my guys ready to compete.
I was gonna ask that, like, what's the biggest misconception that people have with BLR?
That we are trophy chasers, and that we are some kind of different. We're not. We are passionate about what we do, especially me. I love competing.
Yeah.
And I came from an era to compete. So if I go to a show, I want to compete. People don't understand when we roll in and you see the cars parked, that's not that we did the same day. I'm during the week planning how I park the cars, how to roll in.
Yeah.
Still to this date. So, and I'm real passionate about it. You know what I mean? I'm in top of judges, you know what I mean? Judge my car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Judge it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to chill. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel. You know what I mean? My guys, you see my guys are more different because, it's a new age. But I'm here to compete.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be mad at me that if I like to compete, I'm competitive. But that's why everybody thinks. They see me, they might say, BLR is like an army. It's not an army. We like to be organized.
Yeah.
We like to compete. We like to show our cars and show our work. But people don't understand that. They take it in a wrong way.
Yeah. So you've gone to a lot of events and you've gone to a lot of shows. Over the years, how do you feel about the shows back then versus the events that are happening now?
Good question, but it's not fair to put one or the other.
Yeah.
But all I could say is it's a different era. I'm glad that I'm in both eras that I could compare.
Yeah.
But
do you miss the old stuff, or you kind of like some of the new stuff where you're like, oh, you know what, I like the different ideas?
I miss the old stuff.
Yeah.
And they might say, because no, it's just that I think that those shows were made out of love. Like, I want to make a show to bring cars together and the competitions and stuff like that. It was more hands-on, like more personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than now. Now, you go, it's more like go in, boom, 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 and let's go. You know what I mean? It's not like, there's no personal in it. Back then, there was a promoter that used to go to pick up judges in Puerto Rico and bring them over here to be neutral. Like those guys didn't know nobody, bring them in, judge the show, go back to Puerto Rico.
Go back home.
And and that alone, that make you think that these guys wanted to do a good show.
Well, judging was serious back then. I remember I'm trying to remember the name, but there was a show that I went to, and then I remember it came down to, I believe, ECR and you guys, and then I believe it got down to opening up the gas cap. And I was just like, what the hell? Why are they opening the gas cap? Because it got so critical that you had to just check the cleanliness of the whole car. I remember shows, they used to check the back of my rim. I'm like, yo, why is he checking the back of my rim, bro? I didn't clean back there, yo. Get away from my shit. I don't want to be judged no more. But that was the bar.
When these guys came in from Puerto Rico, that if you go to the show, you had to be ready. When I seen the head judge walking around with white rags and checking your oil.
Yeah.
Why you gotta check your oil? The car clean. Your oil gotta be clean.
That's crazy.
Check everything on it. You know what I mean? Interiors. The guy that was checking the interior was measuring the stripes on this side with that side. I mean, if this has an inch and a half, that better be an inch and a half too. And because they took the time to check the cars, and basically you'll find out.
Yeah.
If you won there, you won anywhere.
Yeah.
And cleanest car, they don't do that now. People will put in white rags through the muffler. Imagine putting a white rag into the muffler and come out clean. Tell me what.
That's crazy. That's
but
crazy.
These guys used to just take the cars and tow it in just for that competition. There was another guy that had a 72 Toyota Corolla waxing the underneath of the car. Imagine you putting wax underneath the car.
That's nice, man. But that's a level of attention to detail that's required, though, because
that's a World Wheels type of But I'm not gonna say that what is going on now is bad. It's just it's different
times.
It's different times.
Different times.
The cars are different. Everything is different. But I could see, and all I could do is adapt.
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
But that's the thing with a lot of the younger guys. They see the older guys and us. They're just looking at it. It's like they don't think that we're willing to adapt or willing to accept, or we just hate on them. And it's not that. We see the evolution. Everything changes. Food changes, clothes changes.
They're going to go through this. They're going to get old, and then the new guys, they're going to look at them.
And they're going to look at them and say the same. Because trust me, we went through it too.
Yeah, they're going to be like, yo, what you doing that? I mean, that looks, But, it's just that that's what I do. Thank God I adapt every time, and I got to go with the times. I mean, you have to if you want to keep on in the game.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that had to drop out because they couldn't adapt to the new ways. And but I still bring my old school stuff. You know what I mean? Uniforms. I mean, they don't look at uniforms.
Yeah.
But guess what? My club will look clean and uniformed. You know what I mean? A baseball player, a football player, a police guy.
Yeah.
They got uniforms. Why not?
But it's also a lot of the legacy, because say if you run into somebody who you haven't seen in years that hasn't been part of the club, they can sit there and look at it and be like, yo, I remember when I was a part of this team. I remember when we did this, and it's good to see the younger generation still doing this, still holding this up.
I hear it sometimes. I see some of the old guys.
Yeah.
And they say, Papo, why you letting that slide? You know what I mean? They see something. Yeah. And I said, yo, it's the new times. I cannot, I can't tell these young kids, you teach them, but it's not like before.
You can't.
Before, I scream at them, yo, those windows gotta be perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's changing with the times, it's evolving with the times, and but you can also see it with the events. It's like, it's different now. It's like, are you seeing a car show based off what the promoter wants?
Yeah.
Or are you seeing a car show based off of what the people want?
Exactly.
And how does a promoter find the balance between, hey, I want people to come out and have a good time, but also I want to stick true to why I'm doing this?
Exactly.
So I see you host, your events now. What's it like having that balance of saying, hey, I know what I want in the parking lot, but I also want people to come out. But, you're accepting people, but not everybody's car is up to. How do you find a balance with that?
The balance is it's kind of hard, because I think that's why I make meets, and I'm not making a car show.
I know.
Because
Some of these cars aren't ready to be judged.
no. But at meet, at least you could bring people in, and me giving out trophies, picking what I like for the day.
Yeah.
Not saying that's the best car in here. I'm just saying, you know what? If I'm walking around and I see this car that looks cool, I'm giving it to that car.
Yeah.
It's for the day. It's my pick of the day.
Yeah.
And people got to understand that I'm not judging. I'm just looking. But if I see something that I like, it's the pick of the day. If not, if I get to a car show, I mean, everybody says, "Oh, do a car show, do a car."
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that because it's too much.
It's a lot.
It's too
and
much.
That's why, a lot of people could criticize, but not too many contribute in the aspect. Anybody can say, "Oh, this shows this, and this shows that, and this shows this." A lot of people don't know the work and the prep that some of these guys have been working on next year's event already, or maybe even 4 months prior.
Yeah.
Like this year's already done.
Yeah.
And it's been done since August.
Yeah.
And they really got to respect that a lot of these work that these guys put in, trying to be creative, trying to be, stay on top of their game and stuff like that. The biggest thing that I'm seeing that a lot of people are kind of griping about is pricing. Because it's getting to the point where some of these events, $80, $120, $150.
And those shows, I've been in it, and they're not fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, but they're not fun.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the price. It's because it's boring.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're seeing anything different that you could see in the street. You know what I mean? I always joke around. I could see these cars in Walmart. You know what I mean? I could see these cars. You know what I mean? And you don't see that excitement about something different coming inside that show. And it's not about the price. And my people, it's because of the price. And you're talking, no, it's not that. It's because
the experience, honestly.
Experience, how long does it take? It's a lot of emotions, but
It's different now. Before, my biggest thing for me when I was younger, and I always remember going to the international auto shows at Bayside Expo Center, and being a kid and walking around and having that bag filled with 1 million different books. It's the idea and the feeling that even though you left the car show and the doors are closed and they're gone, you still felt like you took home a part of the event with you at the end of the day.
What are wheels?
You took a part of the experience. You didn't have to win a trophy, but the fact that you left with a memory or experience made you enjoy it. And it's like, and that's what I feel like these younger kids now, why they're enjoying the scene of Gatlinburg over a car show, because they're going out there, they're driving out there, and they're not out there for a trophy. What they're out there for is an experience and memories that they're chilling with their friends at the end of the, because a lot of people, they're going through end of the month, bills, losing job, losing whatever. So they're looking for an escape. And the fact that they get to go out there, have an experience, and then come back to reality with just the idea of I hit the reset button, I think that's what their trophy is now.
Yeah. That's why when we had World Wheels, that was my favorite show.
Yeah.
3 days inside the building, meeting up thousands of people.
Yeah.
And like you said, you see different vendors. It's like a real mini type of SEMA.
That's what it really was.
You can see vendors, polishing stuff. You know what I mean, selling this, selling that. You know what I mean, and it was 3 days of fun. You know what I mean, and I miss that. And a lot of people didn't like it. Oh yeah, but it's not that. It's a car show.
It has such an impact over here. Like, it was like that's when you knew the car show season started. As soon as World of Wheels happened, that was the official clock. You have to get your car done in time for World of Wheels.
And if you go to World of Wheels, you know that if you work on your car for World of Wheels, your car is done. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. And that was I used to love that.
Yeah, it was different back then.
And Like this year, from all the shows that I went, my favorite show from this year is one in Maine.
Yeah.
And I heard about this show for a lot of years. I never went because it falls on the Puerto Rican Festival.
Okay.
But this year I decided to go. I had the best time of my life.
Really?
And you know what? Even sad about it. It was $15 to get in. The show was done at 3:00, and different cars. You know, they had different vendors. You know, it was a nice venue. You know, it was nice, man.
Yeah.
I said, I've been missing this every year. You know, people used to tell me, go to Maine, Stanford, Maine, and this and that. And I never went, but I went this year and
You enjoyed it.
enjoyed it.
Experience, man.
And I was like, wow, you know, what a difference, man.
Yeah.
What a difference, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm looking for, something like that. You know what I mean? Something that you could go and have a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the car. I mean, the car's been through phases. And I'm pretty sure there's sometimes when you love the car, and there's sometimes that you want to just catch the car on fire because it's pissing you off. What's owning the car and building the car been like? Like the mods, how'd you get from, first of all, what was the original color of the car?
Silver.
Silver.
Yeah, 15 years ago. So started, you know, I dropped it and this and that, and you know,
you did more than a drop. Come on now, that's more than a drop.
No,
that was low on the ground, man.
No, when I started, it was a nice drop.
Yeah.
And kept it, and I started, you know, I wanted to do more and more and more, and you know, I could say that's part of the family. That thing is like my daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, it's part. The kids know that's the sister. You know, like they know that thing is outside and it's. But you know, air ride I made my own air ride on that. You know, pieces by pieces.
Because that's the thing. That's not a common car to build.
No.
That's not a common car to keep in the condition that it's in right
Exactly.
now. It's not like you could just go straight to Toyota and order a replacement trim. It's not like you go straight to Toyota and just be like, oh, I need this. Here's a list. Oh, I get it to you.
And right now I'm in the threshold of, you know, it's weird because I did too many stuff that is more modern.
Yeah.
That the old schools look, what you doing? And then, you know, the new guys are, that's a whole car, what you doing? You know what I mean? So I'm like.
So you're bridging the gap between.
Yeah, so I'm like, it doesn't matter. This is the way I want it, and this is the way but you know, everything except for the paint, it was done by me, you know what I mean? Trunk setups, you know what I mean? Anything that I do to the wagon is done by me. That's the toy, that's the hobby. I work on it, except for the paint. The paint, I had to get it done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, but that's the baby. That's, you know, and it's going through another, you know, change here and there, but, you know, let's see.
So if you had to start another project, what car and platform would it be? Would you stick to Toyota? Would you go to Nissan? Would you go to, where would you go?
One thing that a lot of people don't know, I like to be different.
Yeah.
And I think believe it or not, I think I want like a Dutch van.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like to hook up things that are different. I used to have an 88 Dodge Caravan, manual. I think the only one in Boston, manual. I had it dropped.
Was that the gem with the wood sides?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But that came manual. I don't know. And then I felt it like, oh my God, I let that go.
Yeah.
You know, I got rid of it. I said, that thing is the only one around that is manual.
Yeah.
And I had it dropped. That thing was nice, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
You know, I had a
Damn, I forgot all about that body style.
I had a Dutch Plymouth, a Dutch Arias, dropped. I like different things. You know what I mean? I had a Dutch big Vista, a little van. You know what I mean? I think I would love a van because of the grandkids.
Yeah.
Dropped and, you know.
Just clean, comfortable, cruise where you
want.
Yeah,
still do music and all that stuff, but you know, it's so many cars that I would love to get. You know, I was talking that with my grandson, and he seen pictures of. I used to have a Saturn drop hooked up, and he said, "Pop, we should try to get that again." You know what I mean? It's so many cars that I would love to get. You know what I mean? But you know,
that's dope, I don't know, man. That's dope. So no Supra? You want to go faster a little bit?
Oh man, that Supra, you know, that Supra is still with me. It's in Wisconsin, but it's so much work to try to bring that thing back.
I know.
You know what I mean? Bro. I think I will have to start a new one, but I think I will go different. I think I will go completely different.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
Be a Regal. Oh man, I would love to get a
Oh shoot.
No, something different. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I like different things, man. Different car. You know, I think you bring something different to the scene. It's more appealing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You drive in with something different. You know, you get that attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, speaking on bridging the gap, you know, there's things that I like about this newer generation that I'm kind of, because like I said, everything comes full circle. And what I'm starting to see is the phases now of where the community starts to grow back as a community and friends are starting to hang out more and build cars. There's no more, and it's not to say anything against people dropping off their car in the shop. You do whatever's within your means, whatever you can. But it's dope to see the younger guys really hanging out and building their cars again, because that's what we did, is the backyard hangs and everything like that. You know, they're forming these clubs and their groups, and some of them last and some of them don't. Some of them will go through their bumps, but it's good to see that, you know, it's in a space now where it's budding, you know. What's some of the things that you could tell some of these younger guys, because, I mean, you've been through it for coming on 35 years now. What's a gem that you could say to somebody who wants to start a car club and wants to see it go for the next 35 years?
Patience. If you don't have patience, you don't have it. You got to start with a good group of guys. You know, your first crew got to be good. You know, like good meaning not a good prayer. I mean, I was saying they have the same passion as you to grow that club. Eventually, they're gonna grow out of it.
Yeah.
But to start, you need a group, a good set of guys that are gonna come in and help you with it.
Yeah.
And you have to have a lot of patience, because, you know, nowadays it's crazy. But a lot of patience, and, you know, all the groups have this one guy that is the guy that knows how to do everything. You know, and that's the guy that
that's
let's call him, and my group is me. So
for me, it's my boy JC. Shout out to JC. And also for me, my boy DJ. Shout out to DJ from Balance Auto. Those two guys, bro. I'm pretty sure if they could block my number, they block my number. But I love them guys, for real. But you're right. Every group has that one guy.
And then you need, you know, guys that are supportive, and you know, they're there because they have the same passion. And thank God, when I started, I had that. You know, I had those guys that that had the same passion.
Yeah.
And helped me push. And whenever they couldn't do it no more, I brought in, you know, more people were coming in, and, you know, shape them up, you know, to be like that. Yeah. But, you know, patience, it's just patience, you know, patience and ideas, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid of do something different. You know what I mean? That's the main thing, man. Don't be afraid of doing something different.
So, you know, as we're coming to the end of the podcast, and I appreciate you for coming up, man.
Hey,
it's been a long time coming. And I didn't forget, I still got to get you your Diet Coke.
No problem.
I had to bribe this man, y'all. But, you know, generally how I end the podcast, I like to ask 2 questions. And as time is going on, I've learned to adopt a third bonus question. You know, the first one I would have to say is, to you, what was your favorite year in the car scene?
Oh, my favorite year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Tell me, what was it like?
It's a tough one. What was the favorite year? I got so many years that's so favorite. I only got 1 year, but
Give me an era.
the beginning of the 90s, beginning of 2000s. One of the more memorable ones lately was 2011. Black and yellow. We brought on black and yellow, and that year we went. You could say undefeated the whole year. You know, everywhere we went, Connecticut, anywhere we went, and but the 90s it was so special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to be early in shows. You know what I mean? Working on the cars. You know what I mean? It was so nice, but it's every year is something different that makes it special.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year. But those couple of, eras, it was more special than others.
Okay. So the second question now, I always give a disclaimer. You guys know, for newcomers who don't know, I would generally give a disclaimer, not to be morbid or anything like that. But at the end of the day, amongst your friends, family, peers, co-workers, people who've seen you at the car show and haven't had the chance to actually have a conversation with you, and those who have, what do you want to be known for at the end of the day and respected for at the end of the day?
Maybe just the guy that contributed to this scene. 35 years that I put my ideas, my club, my cars. Somebody that was part of this scene that hopefully people will remember. Hopefully.
No, they'll remember.
Hopefully.
They'll remember, I'll make sure.
But hopefully, they understand that I'm here not a bad guy, just a guy that likes, has passion, to compete and to show the cars.
Now, final question. I think it's very fitting for you because your lineage is grown into the car scene. What does it mean for you to finally pass the torch onto the next generation and let them lead everything that you built?
It's gonna be hard. Because I always gonna have a saying, but I gotta let them.
You gotta let them flower.
Yeah. So Anthony is becoming that, and slowly, and it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna be.
It's okay to kick your feet up. You got this. You got this.
But I don't think I'm gonna be taking it easy. I think I'm still gonna, like I told him, you're gonna be running, but I'm gonna be
on your ass.
I'm gonna be with my car behind you, and not only that, but you gotta remember, then he gotta pass it down to, let's say, Jalen. You know what I mean? So Jalen's already talking. When I'm gonna take over? What year? I mean, he's not talking about that.
Oh my gosh, he's ready to get you out of here with that.
So I'll be happy. Hopefully they'll take it to the next 35. I'm not going nowhere yet, which I get that question a lot in shows.
Yeah.
Why you don't stop? I mean, why don't stop?
Why? I'm outside. I'm chilling. You tired of seeing me?
Yo, why? But it's gonna be a point that I gotta give all the power to Anthony, and he gotta make decisions. He's gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I gotta let it be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I made mistakes and I'm still learning. I gotta give him that. And there's gonna be a year that I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna sit back and you do all the decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'll be happy. I'll be happy just to see this keep going.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all chilling with us, catching up with us, and enjoying hopefully this episode with my guy. Thank you again, bro.
No problem. Anytime.
Tell them, where can they find you at, socials, all that stuff.
Barcelona Riders. Instagram, same thing. Facebook. And pretty soon, there's going to be a website. Barcelona Riders. You're going to see a lot of different things on there.
Hey.
BarcelonaRides.com, so hopefully.
Stay tuned, stay tuned. And once again, shout out to our guys at Low Rider Depot for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure y'all give them a follow on Instagram. The information will be tagged in the description box below. Until the next time, y'all know the vibes. Stay up, stay blessed. Peace.
That's honest.